Have tea with me. Welcome back to Tea Talk Caregiver 101. Have tea with me. You guys, welcome to the Cleveland, Ohio edition. Tea Talk is recording live in Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm so happy to be here today with you guys. I have a special guest, my niece Lily. Tell everybody hi.
Hi.
All right, today tea we have Popeye sweet tea, and this tea was really great. Let's give them a really good drink. Cheers. Very nice. I thought it would be great to have Popeyes, their sweet tea, since, it's a lot of stuff going on with the wonderful chicken sandwiches at Popeyes that me and Lily will probably be checking out whenever they get back in the stores. Okay, you guys, we're going to the topic of bullying. Do you know what bullying is?
Yes.
Okay, that's here. Okay, what is bullying?
It's when somebody pick on the other person.
Okay. When somebody pick on the other person, okay. Have you seen anybody bully before?
Yes.
Oh, tell us how. What happened?
So this was at school. Maybe like yesterday. So yesterday, this boy named
No names.
okay. Well, he was getting his pencil off the floor, and somebody tripped him because they thought that he was picking up somebody else's pencil, and they tripped him, and because they thought that he was going to put the pencil in the desk and keep it.
Okay, I'm sad. Really, that is really, a sad story. Was he okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody know he was okay. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever bullied anybody?
No.
All right, that means my niece is just very wonderful that she ain't never bullied anybody. Well, at least that's what she tell us. Okay,
Hey.
I know. I just thought I had to say that. Well, this topic, it came up because I want to say July 23rd. I know everybody watching this like, okay, what do bullying have to do with caregivers? And that is a really great question. And only reason why I thought bullying would be a great topic because it's back to school, and a lot of kids are back to school, and also it's a lot of sad news out there. It's a lot of suicide stats from the ages of 12 to 18, where a lot of students is taking their lives of being bullied in after school programs. So I really thought this would be a really great topic. And another thing, on July 23rd, in Chicago, it was a special need female, and something happened. I want to say she either ran away or left home, and so teenagers seen her, and they started beating her up, and they also filmed it live, and it was on Facebook. So the girls who was beating her up, they was apprehended on by the police. So this was one of the reasons why I thought bullying would be a great topic, because people with diagnosis, they are outside, they are in the community as well. So we really have to really be mindful of the level of supervision, with the individuals. Are, can they be outside by themselves? So it's a lot of safety and a lot of health and safeties that the caregivers or families should consider when allowing people with diagnosis, special needs, adult with Alzheimer's out in the community. So I just wanted to start by there. I know this is a lot of information. This is a really great topic. Lily got, a coloring book. She got, coloring pencils that we're gonna be able to get her to chime in. So let's go. I seen an article which was really, really great. And it is stopbullying.gov. It was a lot of information about bullying, and it also had the definition. We heard Lily's definition, so that's here the definition that I wrote down from the website. It said bullying is unwanted aggression behavior among school age children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. And it also goes to, in order to be considered bullying, the behavior must be aggressive and include an imbalance of power, such as physical strength, access to embarrassing information, popularity to control or harm others. So let's talk about the types of bullying. And the website was really, really great. It said bullying include actions such as making threats, spreading rumors, attacking someone physical or verbally, and excluding someone from a group on purpose is considered bullying. So, I was like, wow. So it have to be an imbalance of power. And I was thinking like, that make a lot of sense because, you have to take someone power. And when you bully them, you making them feel some type of way. You making them feel, less than. You making them feel, you just making them feel like, they doesn't matter. So I mean, and I really thought about when I was growing up, and I was a student who got bullied. But this generation, is different from my generation, and Lily generation is different. So, bullying is very important because a lot of suicide cases are being considered around bullying. So, Lily, do you know what type of example of bullying? Do you know example of bullying? I could give you one and say name calling. Can you think of another type of bullying? Well, when she thinking of one, they got teasing, calling them names,
Oh,
talking about people mother. Okay, she got one.
touching them?
Huh?
Touching them?
Touching them. So, touching them. Okay, so you saying what you mean by touching them?
Hitting them?
Okay, so she talking about physical, physical aggression, like like the example she gave us of a kid picking up a pencil and somebody tripped him. So we know that wasn't, appropriate. Another word that was in this article is threatening. And another part of threatening could be is, I'm going to beat you up after school. Have anybody told you they was going to beat you up after school?
No.
I mean, when I was going to school, somebody did tell me they was going to beat me up after school. So, that type of bullying been going around. And another word they use, inappropriate sexual comments, is another form or example of bullying. And this is a really big one, social bullying. And that could be leaving someone out on purpose, telling other children, Johnny, nobody like Johnny, so I'm going to tell the whole class, don't talk to Johnny today. So that is another form of bullying, of leaving them out, so they can't have any of that social. And social is very important, not to children, to adults. And and I want to bring this on too, that adults can be bullied at work. It could be, a co-worker that nobody likes, or, different from everybody else, or they don't dress like everybody else. Their hair could be a different color. Their clothes, they wear different shoes, so they might not be popular at work. So adults can be bullied too. So have you ever heard, have every anybody ever, told you, Lily, don't play with such and such?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that been around, and that's social bullying. And we're going to go to the next one is physical but bullying. And that is the example where Lily said that, the kicking, the touching, the hair pulling, being mean. And that's a lot of, types of physical bullying involving hurting a person's body or possessions. Or you could take their pencil, you could take their book bag, you could take their lunch money. And back then when I was growing up, that was a big thing that people would get their lunch money taken from the bully. So we talked about the types of bullying. So let's talk about where bully happens. Where do bullying happens, Lily? Do you know? In
Like
school? Where in school? Where would you say bullying happens?
in public.
In public? Okay. Where in public? In school.
Like schools.
Where in the school?
Maybe everywhere.
Everywhere? So she's saying everywhere. When I think of bullying, I think about, in the playground. Where else in the school bullying may take place?
Cafeteria.
Cafeteria. How can bullying take place in the cafeteria? So as people getting their lunch, they walk into the seat.
Oh yeah.
So how do bullying take place?
Push them out their seat.
Oh, so a student just gonna push another student out their seat.
So in third grade, people was bullying a boy, but I was his friend, and I talked to mostly the whole class, and told them to make friends with him because he was nice.
Okay, so he was nice. So when you found out that he was being bullied and you decided to tell everybody to be nice, did he ever tell the teacher or the principal that he was being bullied?
Yeah.
He did. Okay, so and that's another good point. When you have an individual with diagnosis or a child, you may want to tell them, ask them questions. Do they have any friends at school? Or you could go to it, and then if they say, yeah, they got friends, if they could say, no, I don't have friends, you just ask, okay, do you have people you talk to? And they can say either yes or no. And if they say, no, I don't have any friends, I don't have nobody that talk to, you could ask them another question. Or you can ask them, how do they feel when they interact with people at school? They can say, okay, they make me feel sad, or you could read their facial expressions, and then you can ask them, why do they make you feel sad? And then you could pull more of the conversation from them, and you could get them talk. Then that way, you could contact the principals and things like that, because most schools have a zero bullying, and you want to make sure that the schools are honoring it. And usually the zero tolerance bullying is in the handbooks, because all the things that happen in not just the media, in Ohio, or different places like that, with bullying where children is taking their lives. So you want to make sure that you bring up important conversations, with your children or your loved ones, or just any type of things to ensure that they're not being bullied. Because the thing of it is, you wanna if they are being bullied, you want to handle it accordingly. You want to take action fast. So this website was put together because they had did statistics. It's a lot of statistics, that came from this article, And this article was like, 2017, where they asked a lot of different questions. So let me see if I could get the tab open. And this was the statistic. It says between 2005 and 2017, the percentage of students ages 12 and 18 who reported being bullied at school during the school year decreased from 29% to 20%. In 2017, about 15% of students in grades 9 through 12 reported being electronically bullied during the previous 12 months. So, what, electronically bullied, we are in the era of social media. Our children are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. And a lot of our children, friends, are on these same accounts. And what happens is people go on their account, take pictures, embarrassing pictures of them, tease them, taunt them, and say they're ugly, they're fat, they're not attractive, and they embarrass them on social media. And that's where suicidal, depression and things can happen, because these are the certain things that happen to our children. So we want to be sure that these things are not happening. So, my niece right here, are you on social media?
No.
No social media at all? No Facebook or anything like that? Are any of your friends have social media pages?
I don't know.
Okay. So, what grade are you in?
Fourth grade.
Okay. So she in the fourth grade, she haven't got to that social media, Facebook and things like that. But usually like children, like, in high school, you know, they have access to social media. And the statistics where they was talking about, and let's talk about some of the statistics that it said. It talks about male and female. 16.7 males reported being bullied at school. 23.8% of females being bullied at school. So that's talk about make fun of, call names, or insulted. 10.3 male have reported being made fun of, and 15.8, females reported that type of bullying. So, that's just something that we really, and I'm scrolling down this article as we doing this video, and it talks about, me and Lee was talking about like places like the cafeteria. Where does the bullying happen? So let's talk the highest percentage that they say bullying happen in hallways or stairways, which makes sense because that's where the children are transitioning, and they're not walking, with principals. They're not walking, with teachers. And let's talk about high school. Because usually when they go from seventh period to eighth period, there's no teachers around. So we can see how bullying can happen here. But we know, like in fourth grade, third grade, do you guys have a teacher with y'all, like doing bathroom breaks?
Yes.
So when the teachers are in the hallways with you guys, how do you just stand? Do you just walk out together? You in line? How does that happen?
So we stand quietly in the hallways and wait our turn. And they say no talking in the restroom, but some of them do talk in the restroom.
And I'm glad that she said that, because in the bathroom, 12.1% reported bullying. So, we can see why, because guess what? You in the bathroom, and I want to say, a year or two ago, it was these girls who was jumping on this girl in the bathroom, and she lost her life, and that just reminded me. So, do teachers ever go in the bathroom that say get loud in the bathroom? What do your teacher do if it get loud?
Well,
if it's a lot of noise.
Oh, well, she would say, "Be quiet and hurry up and get out," or she gonna give us We have Dojo, so if we the boys race the girls, and if the girls win, then they all the girls get a Dojo point. If the boys win, all the boys get a Dojo point. If we both win, then everybody get a Dojo point.
Jojo point?
Dojo point,
Dojo point. What is a dojo point?
like a positive mark.
A positive mark. And where does the mark go on?
Um, well, it goes on teacher phone, and then to the computer at your mom's house. So we got a dojo paper to put in it.
Okay, so this way, the boys and the girls race each other. It's an incentive so you guys won't take a long time in the bathroom.
Right.
Okay, so that's something positive, and I can see how that could decrease behaviors in the bathroom and things like that. So, I mean, when I think of, you say dojo,
Yeah.
when I think about that, that reminds me of the sticker system. That if you good for a day, remember when I was growing up, we had stickers, and if I was good in the bathroom or in the hallway, the teacher at the end of the day would give me stickers. So that's some of the things that we used to do, and I'm glad that they upgraded that the teacher write it down and it upload on the computer and your parents can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a really good one. So we can at least see that the schools are really trying. So let's talk about how many times a day. Let's talk about the frequency. Now, when the people reported being bullied, the men versus the male versus the female, and what they reported that up to 31 times in a school year. Some people reported 20 times a school year, 2 days in the school year, 10 times in a day. It's a certain percentage that reported 10 times in a day. So, I mean, bullying is very, it's very important, and is we have to make sure as the caregiver that, that we're doing our best, talking to our children when they come home, talking to our individual, and make sure they feel safe at school, make sure they feel safe walking to school. I walk Lily to school, and I see a lot of fighting, with the kids walking to school. They fighting. We don't know if they play fighting, but when I saw that, I was like, okay, then I could see why, because that play fighting can start to real fighting. So we just and an important thing that we could avoid stuff like that because the children was walking in school by themselves with no adult supervision. And if you're not walking your child or your individual, to school, how do you know what's happening? Do you think it's important for adults to walk, people to school or children to school and things like that?
Yes.
Okay. What advice can you give to the parents about bullying? What do you think they should do? You think it's important first? Do you think it's important to talk to the children or the individual that they take care of about bullying? Do you think that's a good topic to have? Because we want to make sure that because if we're not talking and if it's happening, how are we going to know if we don't talk to them?
Exactly. So yeah.
Okay, so you think it's really great for us as an adult to make sure that we talk to the children or people with diagnosis.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And how do you think what questions should we ask them about What questions should we ask them? Should we ask them, are they getting bullied? Or should we ask them, do they have any friends? What do you think we should ask them?
Are they getting bullied?
Oh, just come out and ask them. Okay.
Like after school, and say you're a mom, and when your children first walk in, go to the door, ask them, do you feel safe walking by yourself or something like that?
Okay. I like the way she said to ask them, do they feel safe? And that's a good thing. You can ask them, do they feel safe at school? Do they feel safe, in the lunchroom? Do they feel safe in the classroom? So that is a very important thing because you want your children to feel safe. Because if they're not feeling safe, you can ask them more questions. You could build on that. You can investigate that. You could talk to the principals and teachers about that because you want to make sure that your child or the individual take care of, that they feel safe, they feel confident, they feel like coming home, they could talk to you. So that's another thing. But bullying, it should start with a conversation, and then you could be able to take action. So, we're about to get ready and end this videos. Do you have any last remarks about bullying?
Nope.
My last, well, Lily, it's okay. No last remarks. But I have, my last remarks is the best advice that I could give to any caregiver on parenting is to go to the parent teacher conferences, go up to school, go talk to the teachers, walk them to school, and things like that because you want to ask questions. You want to investigate. You want to make sure that nothing, you want to make sure that nothing is going on with them at school, walking to school. You want to make sure no bullying, no teasing like that is going on. And also hold the schools accountable to the zero tolerance bullying. So if you know that they have a zero tolerance bullying and the school is not doing nothing about it, go to the Board of Education and talk to higher management in the school system because you want to make sure they enforce their zero tolerance bullying. And you want to make sure a conversation is had with your children, your loved ones, or, whoever you're taking care of. It all start with a conversation. And then you want to make sure they feel safe. Please, please give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching. And please remember to have tea with me.